everybody's set. Well, we're glad, Fran and I are glad to be in New Carlisle today. And from here we're going to Lima and then to Ohio Northern at Ada, where they have a mobile clinic. And that mobile clinic is going to move from community to community. What's going on here, of course, is the Ohio National Guard, along with the Clark County Health Department, doing vaccinations in our senior housing. They've been to over 100 senior housing around the state, and I think what people really like about it is that the vaccination is coming right to them. We just went to a 90-year-old woman's home, and they were vaccinating her right in her home, and then the people who were here in the lobby getting vaccinated all live here, so it's very, very convenient for them, and this is what we're trying to do, so we really appreciate the good work of the Guard. Let me also say something about the Clark County Health Department. They are doing just an absolutely phenomenal job. Clark County, their numbers are ahead of the state's numbers, ahead of the average in the state. In fact, if you look at people over the age of 70, they are now almost at 3/4 of the people, 74% of the people over the age of 70 in Clark County have received a vaccination. They're also doing a very good job in reaching out to minority communities. So, Charlie, you want to give them a little update?
Yes, sir. Thank you, Governor. We appreciate you being here and helping us get the word out about the vaccines. We appreciate all the vaccine that we've been receiving here in Clark County. In addition, we appreciate your announcement yesterday about Wittenberg and partnering for our college students here. So we'll be beginning next week, going actually onto the campus, doing the same thing, bringing the vaccine to the students, making it easier. Many of them don't have transportation to another clinic, and so that's going to be helpful as well as partnering next week with our one of our major industrial parks, Prime, Ohio, to get their workers vaccinated right there within walking distance of the plants that they work in every day. But that's only possible because of the vaccine that we've been given by the State Health Department and by the Governor's office. So that's very important to our efforts. We appreciate that. We also appreciate the additional Johnson & Johnson doses that have been made available to us to make these outreach clinics just that much better, especially when we may or may not see those people again in 3 or 4 weeks for a second shot. We're most concerned, though, about the rise in cases that we're seeing in Clark County, and we appreciate everybody who's stepping up to get a vaccine, because that's fighting hand in hand with us against the enemy, which is COVID-19. Thank you.
Well, tell them a little bit about your minority outreach.
So
You've done a very good job there.
we have a minority outreach program that started with schedulers in the community, people of color, scheduling their family and friends and church members. We've partnered with multiple churches. So last weekend we went to 2 churches in the African American community. This weekend we'll be doing the same thing, so that we're actually once again taking the vaccine to people, trying to break down those barriers of transportation. People who are on the fence, if the vaccine's right where they are, they're likely to go, okay, well, I'm here, I'll go ahead and get it, as opposed to planning it ahead of time and then reaching out to get it. So those have been successful as we continue to reach into the minority populations. We have plans also to go into some smaller Catholic churches that cater to our Hispanic population, so that we're able to give them the vaccinations at a site that they're trusted, that's not governmental, but more religious or something within their community.
Sure. County, where's the county? Come on up. You're representing the county.
I'm here.
Commissioner,
Hi.
say your name.
Clark County Commissioner Rick Lonis. How are you?
I just wanted to make sure that everybody knows.
Thanks again. I mean, we met a week or so ago at our large clinic in Springfield. Charlie and the group, the health department, one another successful team effort you're seeing right here today. And I'm a retired Air National Guard guy, and I'm proud of the Guard people that are here, because I got to tell you, in my last year as commander in Springfield, we were writing pandemic flu plans in 2008. So here we are, giving shots, and they've been doing this all over the state. It's a great effort because we, the way to fight this disease is get vaccinated. So thank you all for being here. Great job, guys.
Anybody on the city council wants to Vice Mayor. All right, Vice Mayor, come on. He's got his baseball mask on today.
I'm Bill Cook, Vice Mayor of the City of New Carlisle. We'd like to thank the governor for all of his efforts in trying to help this pandemic, along with the Health Commissioner, Charlie Patterson, the National Guard, and all of those folks for making this possible. The best thing that we can do is try and work with their guidance and try and get rid of this pandemic. Thank you all.
Just one final word, then I'll open up for questions. Clark County is doing a great job. Bad news is Clark County now is #1 in the state as far as the number of cases in the last 2 weeks. So it really is a race in Clark County. It's a race in the Miami Valley. It's a race across, really across the state. We need to vaccinate people just as quickly as we can. This variant is rising in Ohio. We're seeing some real problems in Michigan, and so we're in a tight race. So what we announced yesterday is to go onto the college campuses throughout the state. So we'll be doing that at Wright State. We'll be doing that at Cedarville. We'll be doing that at Wilberforce. We'll be doing that at Central State. We'll be doing that at Wittenberg and University of Dayton. So every college in the state has agreed to have us on the campus to vaccinate, and we have a short period of time. We have a month to do this because most schools are out around May 1st. So in most cases, it will be the one shot. It will be the Johnson & Johnson, and this will really start on Monday and will take place over the next few weeks after that. And as we look at college students, we know that they are big spreaders because that they interact socially with people quite a bit. So we just felt that because we now have the availability of the Johnson & Johnson, we can do this one shot, that we have the ability to go on the college campuses and do this. And so we're very, very excited about that. I think I mentioned all the schools. I don't know if I mentioned Cedarville. Cedarville will be involved in it as well. So all the 5 schools in Greene County, University of Dayton, Wright State, Wittenberg, all are being involved in this. So happy to answer any questions.
Governor, how frustrating is it that you've got a county here that's been ahead of the state averages for not just weeks but maybe months, but yet is now the highest in terms of the number of new cases? I mean, how frustrating is it? And then what are your medical people saying about that? Is it surprising to them that those two things coexist?
Well, it is a little surprising, but we do know in the long run that the fact that Clark County is now over 30% of their population, as I said, they're ahead of the state average, that will matter in the long run. And we just have to keep doing it. I think, vaccinating the Wittenberg students is going to be very important. One of the things that we have seen is a real uptick. Some of the hot spots can be on college campuses. For example, at Cedarville, we know there's significant spread in Cedarville, Cedarville University, which has put that zip code, the Cedarville zip code, up in the top 10 in the state. So going into the college campuses, has multiple effects. It has the immediate effect of really kind of sealing off that college campus so that it does not become a big spreader in the community. But second, it also means that those students who will be going back home, around May 1st, will not be able to spread it out to the communities where they're going. So it's something we're very excited about. We could not have done it without the Johnson & Johnson. We could not have done it without the additional vaccines that are coming into Ohio now.
What about again, because of this kind of a recent, I don't want to call it surge, but
It's a surge. I mean, it's
uptick at least.
Yeah.
We were making progress on those cases per 100,000, and now we kind of took a step backwards, and people, they're shooting for that 50 because they really want you to lift those mandates, and so they're frustrated when they see that number go the wrong way. What do you tell them?
Well, we're, not happy to see the numbers go the wrong way. But we also know that every time we vaccinate an Ohioan, that's one person who cannot spread it, one person who cannot get it. And they'll become at some point a critical mass. I mean, we're pushing 30% statewide. We're not there yet. We're 29 point something statewide. And we're now getting into the state about 500,000 first doses every single week. So that tells you about how fast we're going to be able to progress as we move forward in vaccinating more and more people. Now that we can go down to 16, that is very, very important. We look forward to the time when 12-year-olds and up will be able to be vaccinated, and then children, younger than that. So that's not going to come for a while. It's not going to come until it's approved by the FDA. But all the indications are from the drug companies that these trials are going very, very well.
Governor, just a quick question. As a former prosecutor, attorney general, and this is unrelated with this event, but yesterday at Navistar, did talk about how serious of a situation where someone was threatening as a joke at mass shooting?
Well, because we have seen so many mass shootings, everyone is scared, and everyone is very concerned. So, what someone may have intended as a joke, there's just no tolerance level today for a joke like that, because what it means is that law enforcement responds from all over the county. You saw that in Clark County yesterday. I'm sure that the people who heard that at Navistar were very, very concerned. So that type of a joke, whether it's April Fool's Day or any other day, is not a joke and not very funny. And law enforcement will obviously take the appropriate action as they did yesterday. Anybody else?
I understand that Clark County has like the highest incident rate. What is their health department doing, and how vital are these vaccine clinics to help lower the numbers?
Clark County is doing everything right. They are having clinics like you're seeing right here today, where they go into people's homes, literally, or elderly, and vaccinate them. They have a continuous process at the Upper Valley Mall, and where people have a great opportunity to park. It's very, very efficient, working well. In addition to that, they're really reaching out to minority population. Clark County has a very significant African American population. They're going out into the churches, they're going out into the community. So I truly believe the Clark County Health Department and the people of Clark County, the county, the city, are doing absolutely everything they can. We just have to, all of us, continue to do that. And where the public can help is, if you're having hesitancy about getting the vaccine, talk to your doctor. Talk to your doctor about this, because it's so very, very important. It really is liberating. As I talk to the people here in New Carlisle, Fran and I did, people who've been vaccinated, it's really a sense of relief that they have. They are very happy.